Oh, you're good.
We're good now.
That's just a habit I picked up. So I just click record like beforehand, so that
Okay.
it's not like a surprise. It's not like I gotta go back.
Sure. Okay, yeah. I just started, so we should be good.
All right. All right.
Oh,
you got
wait.
the intro?
Yeah, I was just going to ask about that. Hold up. Hold up.
The silence was crazy.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what's going on? Okay, let me... Alright. Welcome to... Oh my god, I cannot do this shit. I'm not locked in at all.
He said,
Oh my god. I was trying to like do fucking vocal warm-ups.
Oh, I thought you were doing an air horn sound. That's crazy.
No, that'd be a horrible. Trash. Alright. Welcome to the... Wait, what? Welcome to the... Okay, I literally forgot the name of the podcast. That's horrible. I was reading the script and I was like, this shit is not right. Alright. Welcome to the Welcome to the Put Over podcast, where we always get a pop. I'm Michael.
I'm Andre.
And today we're reacting to Raw and SmackDown NXT Vengeance Day and letting you know about what we think might be next for the company, so stick around.
Facts.
I didn't make a new one, so I was like reading it and it's talking about reacting to the Rumble and shit, and I was like, oh god.
If you would have said that, I would have died laughing.
I would have just thrown in the towel. We'll get a new show, rebrand.
That's what I'm saying. Man, if we gonna start off with some Raw, how do you feel? Pause. That was crazy. How do you feel about Logan Paul beating Rey Mysterio in the main event of Raw? How do you feel about it?
To me, it makes sense. Rey doesn't need it. I think Rey has so many more options, and if we're being honest, seeing Rey in the chamber, I wouldn't think to myself, oh, Rey has a shot at winning it. And I don't think Logan has a shot at winning it either. But he could mess up John Cena. We get a Logan John Cena match. Not saying I want to see that. He could. Say,
that just made me throw up in my mouth, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to see it, but I'm just saying it's possible. I think with Logan, there's just a lot more. It adds more to the match than having Rey, because Rey's probably going to go into a Mania feud with Penta, maybe.
I hope so.
I don't know what they're going to.
I hope so.
That's definitely the match I want to see. I'd be cool with the triple threat Rey, Penta, and Dom, truthfully, because I don't know what they're gonna do with him.
Man, I've been saying they need to throw Dom in the singles title picture, because Finn been talking a lot of shit. I think Dom should at least get a shot at Mania. I don't think he should win, but like they teased. This is me jumping ahead, but they teased Braun and AJ. Like, in the backstage of Raw, why not throw Dom in? Why not Dom weasel his way in like he's been doing? You know what I'm saying?
Like, if they were doing like a ladder match or something like that, I think Dom could shine in a match like that. Because I think he's good in the ring. He's good in the ring, everything like that. But I think a ladder match, that's something that could kind of take any kind of pressure off.
Oh yeah,
in a way.
And I think especially just him being like, maybe not necessarily Braun. I don't know his bag for real. But AJ being in the ring for so long would be somebody to like. That's somebody who, if I'm having a match and I'm like, ooh, maybe I'm not too confident in. AJ's somebody who's like, yeah, I'll be safe working with AJ.
Yeah, I mean 100%. I mean, you could put Braun and AJ with just about anybody else, and I'd be down to see it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, if they wanted to get crazy, and like, I don't know how this would work with them being on different brands, but a Braun, AJ, and Jacob Fatu match.
Bro, take AJ out of that, bro. AJ would get, like, respectfully, AJ would get demolished, because I already know what they're gonna do. They're gonna have Braun absolutely demolish AJ, and it's gonna be horrible to watch.
That's what I think. I remember even in the first episode, we were talking about like, if they were to face, I've literally said something like the phenomenal forearm into a spear. That is the spot.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm just like, I think the other problem is you can't book Braun this strong. Like, I'm not saying he should lose, but the whole storyline they're doing is that he has nobody to fight. But you avoid that storyline in the first place if you don't have him like break everybody in half. Like if you looked at every match he's had, like maybe with the exception of Sheamus, but everybody else he's absolutely walked over.
Like I don't know why he hasn't started to do like open challenges or something. Like I really want to see belts get defended more. If that makes sense, because they really got in. Go ahead.
Bro, this is me jumping so far ahead, but I gotta talk about it because it's like with the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, we're getting Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn on the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Normally, I wouldn't have a problem with that, but when we're bumping Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky to the Raw after Elimination Chamber, that shit is so stupid to me. It doesn't make sense. Like I feel like pay-per-views are for big money matches. Why are we throwing it on a Monday Night Raw?
No, I think they're gonna cook with that. I think whoever's gonna win the Chamber, I really think it's gonna be Liv. Truthfully, I think it's gonna be in the main event, or maybe not main event, at Mania. Rhea, Liv, and Io. Because we've seen Liv and Io's chemistry has been ridiculous.
Liv and Io's chemistry is Io kicking Liv Morgan in the face as hard as she can.
Yeah, you don't like to see that?
Oh, no, I'd love to see it, but I'm saying
it's great.
No, what I'm saying, man. But nah, I truthfully would be very upset if that's the direction they go. I feel like
really
there's no point of revisiting Liv and Rhea in my opinion. I'm even to the point where I don't think Liv should be on Raw right now, but Judgment Day's on Raw, so she's gonna be on Raw. But like that just felt like a feud, especially with the transfer window and the brand split. That just felt like a feud to afterwards separate them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I think they need to be separated. They've gone too long without doing anything. I think, if anything, keep Dom, Liv, and Raquel together. I don't know. Get Finn Balor off my screen at this point. I know people love him. People love him. What has he done in the last year or two?
Yeah, everybody's living off a 2018 Finn Balor, but last time we got 2018 Finn Balor, he dislocated his shoulder, so I don't know. 2018 Finn Balor, 2011 Derrick Rose, you tell me.
I mean, he was good in NXT. He got called up, and he's just profiting off whatever the Balor Club, the Bullet Club stuff. But I mean, that's not even... To the casual fan, they don't know what that is. So to the casual fan, he really doesn't have personality.
Especially now.
He does not have any personality right now, and it's really bland. He's like the guy in charge, but nothing gets done.
Here's a hot take. I don't think Finn Balor ever had a character. They don't want to have that conversation though. Like,
I'm not mad at it. He would just pop the collar of his leather jacket and step on someone. Like I never got it. I've never been too over on Finn Balor.
Like, I'm not saying he's bad. Like, I appreciate Finn Balor for what he is, and I appreciate his moveset in the game. But, but like, his whole shtick was the demon paint, and then you took it away, and then all of a sudden Finn Balor's boring.
The demon? I love that gimmick. I love
the demon, but like that's what it was.
Why is an almost 50-year-old Edge beating him in a Hell in a Cell match as the demon? At Mania, because why are we doing that?
Because Edge didn't want to go over, or he didn't want to put Finn Balor over, like that. Like, I personally believe, like, there may be, because granted that was still in the VKM regime, so that's a little bit different. But like, if Edge has enough pull to where if he wanted Finn Balor to go over in that night, Finn Balor would have gone over that night.
I'm trying to think, when's the last time Finn Balor won a Mania match?
I don't think he's ever won a Mania match.
That's hideous. That is horrible. Like, I'm trying to think about everyone he's faced.
They've put him in matches like with crazy people though. Like, put him in matches with Edge. They put him in a match with it's second prime Seth Rollins. Like, he wasn't beating those guys.
Yeah, I mean, the triple threat with him, Rollins, and The Miz was really good.
Like, it was great. It was a great match, but he's not beating him. He's not pinning Seth Rollins. So then there would be no point in Finn Balor winning that match.
He's 1-2 at Mania. Who do you think he's beaten? Just take a wild guess.
Dang. What can I get? Can I get the Mania number?
35.
Ah, shit, that doesn't help me.
This is the last person I would have expected him to beat.
It wasn't Bray.
Mm-mm.
Shinsuke?
That should have been a Mania match, though. Bobby Lashley.
Man.
What?
Mid
What?
attracts mid. That's what that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody who's seen what I've said about Bobby Lashley knows how I feel, bruh. I don't think that did not move me, man.
We can sit here and talk about promo skills. He's the last person who's going to be brought up.
He's not going to be brought up. If I was having a conversation with somebody about promo skills and they dare bring Bobby Lashley's name up, I'd tell them to leave the room. That's what I would do. Because what are we talking about?
How do you get buried on the mic by Brock Lesnar?
Hey, don't let Paul Heyman fool you. Brock's cold on the mic, bro.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. The Bobby Who promo, he was never the same after that. Never the same.
Bro, when he hit the Bobby Who, I said, "Oh my god."
It's over. Right then and there, it's over. Go back to MMA, buddy.
Like, you know those moments where you can tell that a wrestler's lost, like, all of their mystique? Like, that was that moment.
Like that one Roman and Cena promo.
Oh my god, yeah. Roman had to come back a different character.
That's it's scripted entertainment, so like obviously you don't really get embarrassed for someone, but I felt so embarrassed for him. That was bad.
That one,
just sit there and go.
That one felt real. That one felt real. If Roman's an amazing actor, then I will tip my cap to him. But the way he stopped for a second, it looked like he forgot what he said. I'm not gonna lie, that felt a little bit too real, bro.
That was bad. That was horrible.
My god, I felt embarrassed for Roman. I was laughing at him too because Cena was cooking him, bro. There was Kurt Angle in the corner watching.
What was the one promo he did on Seth Rollins? Sniveling succotash, or it was something like that.
Suffering succotash. That's
suffering
succotash.
Yeah. And then he looks at the camera and winks. What are you? Who booked this?
Who are you?
Who booked this? Who is the writer? Fire them. That's horrible.
Here's what I think, though. I think that the art of promo is lost in 2025. And here's what I mean by that. You have Cena, you have Punk, you have Alexa Bliss if they give her a mic. That's where my mind blanks on promos in WWE right now. Like, genuinely. Like, everybody else is hit or miss to me.
I would throw Roman the bone at this point. He's got it.
Yeah, you know what? I give him that one.
Low key as Drew as well. Drew.
He just has to be in the right feud, because there was one point where it was the build to 40, or not 40. It was it was the build to 40, where when he was doing that thing with Punk and Rollins, I was tired of it like halfway through like the build.
Really?
Because like there was a point where it was just repetitive. I think that's where my problem lies.
Okay.
But I enjoyed it though. Like I enjoyed the Punk feud though. Like the Punk feud was elite.
100%. When I think like hatred feuds, that one top 5 maybe for me. Maybe top
Kevin
3.
Owens. Kevin Owens is a good talker as well. I almost forgot Kevin Owens. But
he's solid. All right.
What about everybody else is hit or miss. You said what?
Jey Uso.
Bro, don't do that. Jey Uso, he's not a yeet merchant, but I think he has the same problem that Trick Williams has. In the sense that, and that's a crazy comparison to start off, so give me a second. It's in the sense that they probably have something very profound to say, but either they let their actual emotions like get in the way of what they're trying to say, or B, sometimes they just aren't articulate enough. And that's not me talking shit. That's me listening to them with a microphone in their hand. And sometimes I'm like, what'd he say?
Mm-hmm. No, and I hear that.
I think that's my point on it. Because it's just funny to see the duality with Jay and his brother Jimmy, because they cut promos completely different. I think Jay is at his best, and maybe it's a booking thing, but I think Jay is at his best when he is when he is cutting intense promos. When he has to cut a regular promo, I think he struggles a little bit, but intense promos, he's great at.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. I think I would probably say Jimmy's better on the mic.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, at least overall. I think Jay's he might be the best at integrating the crowd since I don't know who.
Since when him and his brother were together. That's what it was.
Like. Yeah.
Because, oh my goodness. Oh, tag team wrestling's dying. Oh my God. Oh.
It's
sorry,
so
I just had to get that. Yeah, it's like, the War Raiders and
like there are good teams. They just aren't being utilized right. And it's really weird.
I think we need different teams because I think Pretty Deadly's great. I think War Raiders are great. I think the Street Profits need to have a title around their waist. My problem is, I don't know if we had this conversation before, but Motor City Machine Guns, yo, I think they're great wrestlers, but they haven't done anything for me to like get behind them, if that makes sense.
They don't have the personality yet.
Yeah, like
that's all it is.
Like they got hella presentation though. Like they come out and it's do. I'm like, oh my God.
I mean, like this seems really weird. I feel like if there was only one set of tag belts throughout WWE and you have one tag team division, I feel like that would work really well just to be able to have them bounce between brands. Because you have like the War Raiders on Raw, then you have like who else do you have? You have like American Made. That could be a good program, everything like that. But then you go to SmackDown, DIY. You have Motor City Machine Guns, Street Profits, Pretty Deadly. It's the balance is not there. Then you have Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I think they should break up. I don't know what.
I think they are together. After the triple threat with Obafemi. I think they're due for a breakup, but I think we got spoiled. I'm not gonna lie. Like 2016, like to 2018, 19ish. Like say what you want to say about WWE from 2017, 2019, but there was some good in it. I'll probably say 2016, 2018 though.
I mean,
just for argument's sake.
Looking back, we probably got to see the greatest 2-on-2 tag team rivalry of all time. Well, I guess it's not really 2-on-2, the Usos and the New Day.
I think I'll take it a step further. I think 2016 and 2018, I think we've seen the best tag team division of all time. Like, from 2016 to 2018, you have the Usos, you have the New Days, you have the Street Profits, you have the Wyatt family, you have American Alpha, you have, hey, I'm going to throw them in there. Breezango was cold. You have Sheamus and Cesaro. The Shield got back together. The Hardy Boys came back. Like tag team wrestling, and then AOP for like a week at a time, like they usually are. I think there's just this obsession with breaking up tag teams, and I think that's really what did it, because like those, like half of those tag teams I named, a lot of those people are still wrestling. They're just not in a tag team. Like there was an abundance of tag teams when they first split it, and then they broke them all up, and now they're confused why the tag team belts are weird. So now reigns are gonna be fucking like elongated because there's no other tag teams. And then even you look in NXT, besides Fraxium, I don't know who's a tag team in NXT. And maybe that's for lack of me watching it, but like that's just how I feel. Like I feel like the NXT tag team scene was popping in 2016, 2018 with American Alpha, like I said earlier. Then you had AOP, then you had DIY before they got old. Then you had the Revival. The Revival was on the main roster too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I don't know why Vince ever got rid of them. I never understood that.
Like, I didn't get their character, but I fucked with them. Oh my god, like, speaking of characters I didn't get but fucked with, the VOD villains. Oh my god, they're so much potential.
The VOD villains.
Enzo and Cass.
Remind me. the Vaudevillains. Who was that? Was that the guy he ended up with Rusev?
Yes, Aiden English and Simon Gotch.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah, and there were just so many. There were so many tag teams because you had Enzo and Cass. Like, which talking about tag teams that didn't get their full run.
Yeah, they were. I don't know. They were weird to me. Enzo couldn't wrestle.
Yeah, that's
Cass was cool, but
Cass couldn't wrestle either. Not at the time.
Yeah, people like hate on Jay for being like a walking catchphrase. They were literally a catchphrase. They would like all they should have done is came in, said their catchphrase, and gone home. Like buy a new pair of Jordans. There was no need for them to have a match. I remember them feuding with the Dudleys when they came back. Why?
Yeah.
For what? Why? That doesn't make it. It's
I don't
weird.
know, because Enzo would get his ass beat. I think that was the thing. I think Enzo could wrestle a little bit, but I think when his character was talking shit and then getting hit, it was like, all right. And and then the Dudleys were there in 2016 and 2018. Like, they were just, granted, they didn't get a title run, but would you have put the titles on them?
Yeah, I would have.
From 2016 to 2018?
For like maybe like a month or something like that. I never like just like as a transitional champion. I think they were the perfect guys. Like you could have put. You wouldn't want to see Dudleys versus the Usos or Dudleys and I guess Dudleys did fight the New Day.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, thinking about it now, it probably wouldn't make sense to put it on the Dudleys because the New Day were doing like the longest tag title run and everything like that. But I mean, the Usos already broke it, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Speaking of tag teams, can we talk about how ass that Kurt Angle's son storyline was? I just want the more I think about it, the more it's like it never made sense when they revealed it, but then it made even less sense as time went on. Like, first of all, Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins were tag team champions. I just want to put that out there. But
no one liked him. He like I don't know what gimmick they had him in. It was not working. He was
trash.
Kurt
Angle's son. That was the gimmick.
No, yeah, but I like looking back. Do you know how much more sense it would have made for it to have been Chad Gable?
That's what I was about to say, bro. Because especially with all the shit he's doing now, y'all turned him into mini Kurt Angle. He's Kurt Angle without the 6'5" or however tall he was.
No, Kurt Angle's short. He's like 5'10".
Oh my god, could still toss my ass.
I think.
Pause. Oh
yeah.
god.
Oh. Hang on. How tall is Kurt Angle? If he's over 6 foot, he's 6 foot.
You said he's what?
6 foot?
Yeah, I was like, he's tall.
Eddie Guerrero was 5'8". Oh my god.
Oh yeah, but
rest in peace.
Yeah, like I just, especially with y'all, like I don't even know why they tried to. I knew they shouldn't have tried to turn Chad Gable into Kurt Angle because they weren't gonna give him the titles that Kurt Angle had. Like I think that I think you know what, this is crazy because I keep getting off topic and I apologize, but that's the problem with the IWC, bruh, because every time they want everybody on the roster to be pushed, and that can't happen. Like y'all called for a Chad Gable push. Chad Gable had the momentum to beat Gunther, but after he lost to Gunther and didn't beat Sammy, which I don't know why they didn't have him beat Sammy.
Oh my god!
You can't push him anywhere. Who's he gonna beat?
Oh my god!
Who's he gonna feud with?
That was the
you can't
dumbest.
sell me a Chad Gable. You can't sell me a Chad Gable main event feud with any main eventer on Raw right now.
Like, why is he feuding with luchadors? Like, not anyone specifically, luchadors. Wow, that's what he's been
American
negated
made, brother.
to. That's crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
I don't think I'll ever get it. I genuinely don't think I'll ever get it.
Why? He absolutely should have won the IC belt off Sammy. Like, Braun could still win it. Like, they gave it to Jay for a month. Why? I don't know why you don't give Gable his moment in that situation. He was red hot with his daughter in the crowd crying. They built all that up for him to lose.
Hey, man. I don't like. I don't get it. I don't get any of it, and I feel like I just feel like it's also hard for like I'm saying all this, but it's also I understand wrestling is very subjective because who I don't see as a world champ, some people might see as a world champ, but there are just some people I would never see them as a world champ. Like I couldn't imagine hearing their name announced as world champ unless they cashed in Money in the Bank. I think that should be Chad Gable's move.
Now that you say that, I'm gonna say this because like I've held this in for years. Everyone swore this person was world champion material. I never got Cesaro. I never saw it.
Cesaro was not. He was Dean Malenko, bro. Like he was Ken Shamrock. Come on, bro. Let's be so real.
He couldn't talk. He couldn't talk, and he did not have the charisma. All he did was spin people. I liked him in the ring. He was cool, like a good like IC champion. But everyone was called like when he got released. They were like, "Oh, why didn't he ever win a world championship?"
They do that over who? They do that literally for everybody though. Like Emma got released. Oh my God, they didn't make Emma women's champion? No, we're not gonna make Emma women's champion.
No, she was NXT women's champion.
But I'm talking about on the main roster because she got to the main roster, but then got released.
She was terrible. She was doing like the Fandango dance moves and shit. When that wasn't even her gimmick.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe like that Cesaro was never. And that's crazy because I know if I post this, we're gonna get cooked for this. But Cesaro was never world champ material.
No, he couldn't. He wasn't. Like, because they were saying like when were they calling for him to be world champ? Like 2016. So like around the same time.
It was when he won the Andre the Giant Battle Royale trophy.
So 2014.
Yeah, that's when I like I wasn't paying attention to wrestling then, but when I listened to other people talk about it and like see on Twitter, that's when they talk about Cesaro was like had momentum because he had Paul Heyman too.
So in their mind, they want Cesaro to take the belt off of Red Hot Daniel Bryan, and then Bryan got stripped of it because he got hurt by Kane. John Cena, that's who Cesaro is going to take it off of. Fuck.
John Cena would have done it too. That's the funny part.
Cena. Oh, no, Cena was not putting over Cesaro. He put over Lesnar. There was no shot. No shot Cesaro was holding the belt at that time.
No, I'm saying Cena as a person. Like, he didn't, like... after a while, he was like, yeah, I'll lose to whoever. Like, I don't care.
Yeah. No, yeah. But I didn't get it.
I don't... Like Cesaro's cool. Like he had like when he had his like James Bond gimmick, like that was fire for like the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah,
but like outside of that,
title,
you're not gonna sell me James Bond as the World Heavyweight Champion.
He was putting on classic matches. I still remember Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, The Miz, and Cesaro, that Fatal 4-Way.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful wrestling.
Match was chef's kiss.
Now who they really need to put a title back on? Kevin Owens. Get that man a title. I'm tired of them playing him as just like crash out. Like he is a crash out. Like that's Kevin Owens' character. But let's not act like he wasn't the prize fighter at one point in time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point he doesn't really need a title, but I want to see him have one. Yeah. But that's just being selfish when I say that. But
yeah, I feel you.
Speaking of Kevin Owens, so him and Sami Zayn, I feel like it's going to be a no holds barred match for some reason, because Sami Zayn's hurt, quote unquote. So I don't know how they really do that. But I mean, do you see that carrying into Mania at all? Because I feel like there's not too much time to build another story for the both of them.
I think the beautiful thing about this rivalry is you don't need to build a story. Like I think that's the most that makes this rivalry between these two unique. It's up there with, well, I won't say it's up there, but it's related to the Rollins Reigns feud. You don't need a story for those two to fight. You know the story. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's the same thing. Oh, post chamber?
Yeah, like do you think it's the same match at Mania 1-on-1?
I don't think so. It doesn't. I think they should have saved this match for Mania. Personally,
I agree.
Like if Sammy's hurt, let's play that he's hurt and let's do vignettes. Let's do like you have a decade, maybe not a decade. It's 2025. You have no, damn, no, it's 2025. You have a decade of footage of Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn from NXT to now, of vignettes that you could do with those two like talking over it, that you could have played like through Chamber, like to maybe like the first, second week after, then have Kevin Owens cut a promo, Sami Zayn comes back, ambushes him, gets his lick back, and then we get the, oh, it's gonna be Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, no holds barred, or Hell in a Cell, or whatever you want to do, Inferno match. What's some other random matches? Contract on a pole match at WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? Like type shit like that.
Oh God.
But I think they just waited too long, or not waited too long. I think they jumped the gun.
Yeah, it's like I could see it being something like KO just injures Sammy off rip and just beats him up. Like,
yeah,
I could see, and that leads into Mania. But like, because they've already had a Mania match, if they do this again, they need to have like a Steen and Generico kind of match. Like just go through every ladder, every table, do the craziest
I don't know if
shit.
WWE regulations would allow the shit they used to do, because boy, they used to fuck each other up. Oh my God.
You could do all that, but keep the glass out of it, right? no glass, no barbed wire, everything else.
Oh yeah, I think this may build into a Randy Kevin Owens Mania match, which cool. But
I'm not sold on it.
I would prefer Sammy Kevin because the story's there. But unless here's my thing: if you're gonna do Randy Kevin at Mania, do not bring me back old Randy. Not old. Don't bring me back nice Randy Orton. Bring me back 09 Randy Orton. He doesn't have to be like, to me this could be the most dangerous version of Randy Orton, because not only does he have the ability to tap into his 09 form where he was just fucking people up, he's also like has a decade and a half more of experience, so I feel like that makes him even more dangerous. But I don't bring Randy back to fight Kevin if Randy's not going to be on timing. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, it's... I don't know what they're going to do with it. Like, because Randy's... There's no way he misses Mania, right?
No,
like, there's
hell no.
No chance. But I don't know who... Like, lining up right now, I don't know what program he could possibly have. He might end up fighting Logan Paul 1-on-1. Truthfully, I don't think they're gonna do Cena and Logan because people don't want to see that.
Bro,
Randy Logan makes sense because they have feuded before, but I don't see how you make a Kevin Owens and Randy Orton feud makes sense, but it doesn't make money at the same time, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah,
like I don't think
sense.
1-on-1, I don't think that's gonna move people. Like I like both of them, but it's kind of like the reports of Damian and Drew. Like, it's a cool program, but like they both could be doing more.
Yo, Damian and Drew is like a solid feud for like Payback, or like, actually no,
Yeah.
Payback's a little bit disrespectful. They're like a solid feud for like, man, I don't know, Money in the Bank, like a SummerSlam feud between those two. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I just don't think Mania is the way to go currently with how the two are currently constructed. Like, I don't think Drew has a direction as a character, and unless they have him fight Roman, at Mania, but they also fucked that up because now they have Seth Rollins fucking with Roman too. So it's there's too much going on. For once, there's too much going on.
So, what do we think the main events are going to be for each night?
Mania? Mm-hmm. For Mania, night one main event is going to be Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Hopefully Tiffany dog walks Charlotte, because if I have to sit through another Charlotte title reign, I'm going to be upset. Night two, who won? Bro, no, I take it back. Night one main event is going to be a co-main event between between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton as the one co-main event, and Jey Uso and Gunther as the other main event. Because
I agree.
You can't sell me a Jey Uso Night 2 main event right now.
Oh my God, that'd be hideous.
Night 2? I don't know who's Cody's fighting yet, so that it all depends on who Cody's fighting, in my opinion. Because if they're gonna go the route of Roman and Rollins being a feud, I'm so sorry, Cody, but that has to be the main event. In my opinion, that has to be the main event because there's no bigger match, like, and considering the fact that in every not in every, but in most big title fights or big matches between the two, Seth Rollins has gotten the upper hand on Roman. I think this is where Roman gets him back, but
that's the last thing I want to see, truthfully. I think I don't think Roman should ever beat Seth one-on-one.
Oh, just so you think Seth should win if they fight at Mania?
I think anytime they have a one-on-one match the rest of their career, Seth should go over. And I say that because look at where Roman is and look where Seth is. Seth is always going to be attached to Roman, but Roman's to the point where he isn't necessarily as concerned with the Shield in the way. Roman is, you could still say he's the face of the company, really. Like, if you really wanted to, I don't think it's ridiculous to say that. Seth has never really been the guy. Seth is kind of the Punk to Cena back in 2011, everything like that. He's not the guy, but he's right there, kind of thing. And because Roman's on this superstar level, I think he needs a villain who can always get the best of him, even though I think Roman is the villain of this story, despite Seth starting as the villain.
See, I don't think... I would disagree with the sentiment that I don't think there's a villain in this story. For once, I don't think there's a villain for the sole fact that they both played villain. I don't think there you can't sell me one of them is in the right and the other's in the wrong. No, they're both in the wrong. Like, let's be very clear. Seth started it for sure with the chair in the back. Everybody knows about that. But
yeah.
Then there was Dean and Roman jumping Seth, which regardless of who's the good guy and who's the bad guy, you jumped a man. And then forward,
he deserved that.
Yeah. And then fast forward, you have the tribal chief, which I'm really praying that before Seth and Roman, or before Seth, Roman, and I guess Jon Moxley retire, I need Dean Ambrose for one more run because I feel like he is the missing piece to. There's a lot of finishing their story in WWE now, but I think he is literally, he needs to be there for that final one. Like, there has to be one final match between all three of them, and I think if that happens, Dean has to win that match because it's the only thing that makes sense. Because where Roman and Seth have created chaos, Dean has thrived. Dean thrives in chaos, and if those three fight in a match, it's going to be chaos. And like we've seen at Money in the Bank, Seth beat Roman, and then who cashed in on him? Seth fights Dean for the title later that run and loses. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if somebody should win that triple threat, it's Dean.
Do you think they would put Dean over, considering when they did do the triple threat Dean won?
When did they do the triple threat?
Battleground 2016. It was when they were doing the brand split, and Ambrose was the champion at the time. Mm-hmm. And like it was Roman and Seth were on Raw, Dean was on SmackDown, and whoever won the WWE belt would go to that brand. That's why the Universal Champion got made.
I think that
I agree with you, by the way.
Yeah. I think Dean goes over regardless. I think Dean goes over regardless because if anything, that proves it. Like it. Because who in that triple threat? Who needs that win more? Dean needs that win. Because if Dean loses that, I mean, this is a very extreme example I'm using. But if Dean loses that match, Dean risks fading into his career fading into the sunset as the other guy in the Shield. You know what I'm saying? Like if Seth's gonna beat Roman all the time, and we know if Dean and Roman fight one on one, Dean's gonna lose to Roman. If all three of them are in the ring, especially with Dean having quote unquote originally been the leader of the Shield, like I feel like that's the way it has to go.
Did you think he was the leader when they first came out?
I think that I don't remember. Again, I don't remember when they first came out. I wasn't watching at that point. But from what I watched back, yeah, low-key, like at least
I always thought that as well. Like they said like there was no leader at like a certain point, but I always thought like no, like he was always the talker.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But no, going back to Mania, I think they're gonna end up doing Cody or night one. I think the main event they're gonna do Roman and Seth. I think they're gonna ho Jay. I think Jay's gonna be the co-main, and then I think Tiffy and Charlotte is gonna be the co-main for Rhodes, Cena, and Punk. Triple threat.
Man,
I'd be cool with that. I don't mind seeing it. But it's obviously Punk would get into that match because of his favor from Paul Heyman, but I think him using his favor makes a lot more sense for him to get into Jay's title match. Because it's like bloodline business, everything like that. Jay was in the bloodline kind of thing.
Yeah, I think we'd be tarnishing matches for Cena if we're throwing him in triple threats. Like at certain points, I think there are scenarios where I'd love to see Cena in a triple threat or fatal four way, especially because we know he can cook. I remember I remember when they first started doing 6-pack challenges on SmackDown Live. When Cena was going up against like all those other people, and like I think it was like a 6 or 7 man match, and he ate 6 people in a row. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
You're talking about like Styles was in it, Ziggler, Baron Corbin, all that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, so Cena can work. Like Cena can work in a multi-man setting. I just think for his last Mania, I don't even like him fighting Cody. If I'm being completely honest with you.
Really? What if Cody turns heel on him?
It's not about that. I'd rather see Cena's last match at Mania against Randy Orton or CM Punk. I feel like those are the two, because it's like if we're talking about John Cena's, like I always see this like template on TikTok, somebody Sinister 6. If we're talking about somebody Sinister 6, if they're not 1 and 2, they're 2 and 3, and it's Randy and Punk. Like those are the two foils to his character, or not foils, but like those are the two like biggest villains to his character.
Yeah, no, that's true. But I feel like it's I think Cena's gonna be challenging for the title. Like, how many world title matches do you think Cena realistically gets during this last run? Because I feel like he's gonna get like 3 or 4 shots at it.
I think you're right. It's 3 or 4. I just think it should happen earlier, because the longer you wait, the worse. Like I feel like you strike while the iron's hot. Let Cena do his thing, then drop the title to somebody who deserves that shot. You know what I'm saying? Like sure. I don't understand. I understand Triple H's whole mentality of making the crowd wait for it, but there's some times where you just do the payoff. Like just. We want Cena to win the title so that he can break the record. We want him to win at his last Mania. Like, I don't think we should be putting John Cena in a match where he's losing in his last WrestleMania.
Damn. I'm just, like,
unless he's passing the torch, but
if he was gonna win at Mania, and I wouldn't want them to do this, I would be cool with him. If they want to do the whole Super Cena thing again, just have him start squashing people. I think Braun Breaker makes sense so he can win the IC belt. But I don't want to see them do that. I wouldn't want to see Braun get squashed. Plus, we were just talking about AJ and Braun. I'm way more excited to see that. I think Cena should be in more like triple threat matches, fatal 4-way matches, because he's just not the same Cena we've seen in the ring. He's not going to be the guy to carry a 25, 30-minute match because he just can't hang. Like we could try to like lie about it and say like, oh, Cena, he could still wrestle. He's gonna just do his attitude adjustment. You can't see me, 5-knuckle shuffle, STF, everything like that. There's no fluidity to his wrestling anymore. It's very much a spot fest.
I think we need to see what he can do in a one-on-one. I feel like we haven't seen since he fought Solo what John Cena.
That was all I needed to see. That was all I needed to see. That in theory. Honestly,
no. First of all, now the Theory one, that was terrible booking. Like it was two things. It was terrible booking, and Austin Theory was not ready. Regardless of what anybody says, he was not ready for that match. But no, I think we saw him against Solo, but I don't think he was serious. He was filming a movie at that point in time, and he's probably gonna be filming a movie during his final run. But
he's filming a movie right now. Yeah, it's dumb. Show up to work. I'm hoping you've seen the signs. It's trash. Oh, I'm gonna go on a final retirement run. No, I gotta go film a movie. Just retire, dude. Like, I don't even care to see him at this point.
What movie is he? I don't even know what movie he's from. But I want to see him in the chamber. See how he looks in the chamber. I want to see how he looks give me a one-on-one match on Raw or SmackDown, like after the chamber, because I assume he's probably gonna lose the chamber, sadly. But I want to see what he can actually do, like when he's locked in. I didn't think he was locked in against Solo. I think he was just running through the motions because that's all they really wanted. I don't think we've seen a serious John Cena match since. Shoot, I'm gonna throw it back. Pause. I don't think we've seen a serious John Cena match since Roman Reigns versus John Cena at No Mercy. It was like 2018. I think, and I don't think it's because of ability. I think it's genuinely because you're having him walk into, regardless of what he's saying. I understand he's saying like he gives it 100%, but you're having him walk into work to lose to people who are like cool. Like the only person to me he lost to that made sense, like out of his entire part-time run, like after 2018, was Roman when he came back, Money in the Bank. It was like 2021, 2022. When he came back, or no, that actually might have been closer. Was it 20?
You mean that was when Roman beat Edge, right? And Money in the Bank.
I don't know. And then Cena came out after the show. But it was like a big return, yeah.
Yeah. He came out the green and yellow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was Edge.
I think. I like. Besides that, every single loss John Cena's had, besides that one, it's like, bro, come on. Like you're like, to me at least it was like you're just disrespecting John Cena at this point. He lost to Austin Theory. He lost to Solo Sikoa. It's like, what are we doing, bro?
Do you think he wins the 17th title?
I think he should. I don't think I think it's fucking stupid to bring him back and like not have him win his. He's going on a retirement tour. He's not, and you're telling me he's not gonna break the record. I think that's stupid as fuck. I don't think Ric Flair should hold on to that record anymore. I think it's stupid.
Well, you know what he's gonna say if Cena breaks it.
What do you think Ric Flair's gonna say?
Yeah, you know what he's gonna say. I
don't give a fuck what that old man has to say.
He's gonna say, "Oh, the real number's 22." Like, no, that's not how it works. We're not counting NWA.
That shit don't count, buddy. This is the big leagues, brother.
But when talking about Cena, though, I think him winning the 17th title makes the most sense. I don't know how they would do this. I think he needs to beat Gunther.
That's what I was saying from the beginning. I was like, you're not gonna. I know you're not gonna have him beat Cody, so just have him beat Gunther.
But if they end up doing something like WrestleMania 10, where Gunther beats Jay and then Cena comes out and challenges him, I might throw up in my mouth. that might be the worst. But I don't know if that would be that bad. Like, it's like cheap booking.
I think it's lazy booking if they do that. What I think they should do, put Jay over at WrestleMania 41. He's celebrating on the Raw after WrestleMania. Hit him with the Rey Mysterio treatment. Give him the treatment that Cena gave Rey Mysterio, because that shit was funny. I think that's what they should do. And then
Cena win it there, or have Gunther win it back?
No, you remember when you know what I'm talking about, right? When Rey Mysterio
when Rey held it for like an hour. He's talking to his kids. Daddy's coming home with the gold. And Cena's standing right there.
Yeah,
that was trash.
I think that's what they should. I think they should do that to Jay, because one of two things is gonna happen. Either everybody's going to cheer and be glad that John Cena won, and you keep him as a face, or everybody's gonna boo it because it would be fucking ridiculous, and you turn John Cena heel. Hollywood Cena. I don't know.
I wouldn't be mad at a Hollywood Cena. I think if they really wanted to do that, the question's gonna be, how much do the fans want that? Because I'd be throwing stuff at my house if I saw Cena come out after Jay lost at like Mania or something like that. But and say that does main event night 1, Cena wins his 17th in the main event of Mania. I can't sit here and say that's a bad business decision. Hell, Cena could have lost earlier in the night. You could still put over like Logan or someone like that. As like that's probably the biggest time to get that moment, because I don't think I feel like Gunther's losing to Jay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's just gonna be fucking stupid too. Oh my
God. I don't think Gunther's gonna hold a world title for a while after that.
Yeah, if Jay loses to Gunther, you can't even switch them brands. We need a superstar shakeup, man. That's what we need. I think there's too much, because I think they're getting ready to put Roman on Raw anyway, because it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's Raw's too overbloated though. That's the issue. I think
not anymore. They moved Drew and Damian to SmackDown. So like Raw is low key open.
Yeah, but no, I think they should move the entire Judgment Day to SmackDown as well.
I don't think they should do that just for the sole fact that Damien's over there. I don't think we need to run that back.
No, like not run that back, but I just mean like I think they belong more on SmackDown, because like, do you remember the period where the Judgment Day would open the show, have like a segment in the middle of the show, and close the show?
Yeah, that's when they had like wrestlers that were like
that's the last thing they need on Netflix right now. Like, you could move Rhea to they wouldn't do it, but you could move Rhea to SmackDown as well. Bring Bianca, Jade, and Naomi to Raw.
I think they should bring them at least 2 of them to Raw anyway. Like, bring Bianca to Raw. Yes, actually do that, because Rhea needs somebody who can beat her ass.
Bring the Street Profits to Raw and Bianca. Let them run shit. Oh my gosh.
Rhea needs somebody who can beat her ass. I think that's what she needs right now. And she doesn't have anybody who can beat her ass.
I don't know. Who is Rhea gonna feud with? Like, when she won the belt at 39, her reign was terrible because she didn't have anyone to feud with. And what is Zelina Vega doing? Why have they not put a title on her? I'm gonna crash out. I don't know. Let me chill.
I think they will, now that they've introduced the mid-card championships. I think they just need to bring her back on TV, because I could see her beating Chelsea Green if she's on SmackDown. I could see her beating Lyra Valkyria if she's on Raw, because I don't know why the fuck they put Lyra in a match with Bayley, knowing damn well Lyra wasn't going to qualify for the Chamber. And now we're looking at a Lyra Valkyria Ivy Nile feud. Yeah, miss me with that.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Who asked for that?
I think I think the women's division on SmackDown is stacked. I think that's the problem.
It's stacked, but it's not as stacked as NXT. Good lord.
Because they need to bring some of them up, but also on the same standpoint, the problem is that some of those wrestlers on NXT, aren't ready for development. Like, somebody was talking about it in my TikTok that I had posted the other day, or was it yesterday? Like the NXT is developmental, but there are some people who are still developing and I had told you about this the other day. I had texted you about this the other day. I think WWE needs another show that isn't NXT that's developmental, because NXT just feels like there's a weird dynamic between the actual developmental and the people you bring in from like Japan, from Mexico, from wherever the hell they wrestle.
It feels like WWE light in a weird way. It doesn't feel like a developmental brand.
So you gotta give me a brand where you're actually like you're developing people, because like that's what it was. Like if you look at the faces of WWE right now, those guys came up through FCW, like Cody, Seth, Roman. Like those guys weren't. They're not like, you can call Seth Rollins an NXT disciple, but he's not really an NXT disciple. He was there for like a couple months, like a year maybe, a couple years, but he came up from FCW with Dean and Roman and the Usos. And like,
I don't mean to cut you off. Did you ever see that one Roman promo where he was I don't know what voice he was doing, but he was talking like Pinocchio or something?
I have never
talking about
that.
Like I'm a real boy or something like that.
What
have you not seen that? I'm gonna try to look this up really quick, because this is one of the worst promos I've ever heard.
Roman's had some blunders, man. He's had some blunders.
Yeah, no, it's bad. It's not that. Oh yeah, do you remember the one when he was declaring for the Royal Rumble and he like butchered everything?
Yes, I do remember that. I remember that. Oh,
and he just looked into the camera. He looked into the camera and went, it was horrible. It was so bad.
That would be my biggest fear if I was a wrestler. That would actually be my biggest fear. Is like forgetting what the fuck I'm supposed to say.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, power to them, because like it must be a way harder job. Like I'm not talking like an in-ring standpoint. Obviously, that's hard enough. But like just gimmick work. I feel like that must be so difficult, and following a script, everything like that.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. They would hate me if I was a wrestler, because if I forget what I'm saying, I'm gonna know the gist and I'm gonna get there. But hey, I might not say what was written down on that paper. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm shooting on everyone, bro. I do not care. It does not matter.
They would never want me to shoot, because I would start shooting on people that don't even deserve it. Like I would forget. I'm whole talking. I'm in a pro. I'm talking about the Miz or some shit. Yeah, the Miz sucks. I forget what I'm getting ready to say. Yeah, and Liv Morgan is dollar store Alexa Bliss. Like, why'd you even say that? That was so crazy. But I'm gonna get to my point. I'm gonna be the wrestler. They gonna have to throw the entrance music on to cut me off. I'm not gonna lie, because I keep talking.
That mic is getting shut off if I was shooting. You gotta pull a punk and bring out like a megaphone or something.
Yeah, because
nobody's safe. Nobody is safe.
Yeah, I think that would be the thing. I'll be trying to react, because there are some times where, like, you ever watch a promo? I can't pull out a specific one right now, but you ever watch a promo and like the person who gets the last word said some dumb shit? That would piss me off. Like, if I was like the person who, like, or if the other person I was like having a promo with like got the last word and they said some shit that was stupid as fuck, and I just gotta sit there and act like I'm mad. Like, all right.
What do you mean, like something like literally stupid that like doesn't make sense?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I'm trying to think if I've seen a promo like that.
I've seen a couple where like they hit the music and I'm like, nah, I don't think he won that.
I'd be trying not to break, truthfully. Like that one Ricochet promo. I'm not here to talk. Then shut up. I'd be dying laughing in the ring. I'd be dying laughing. Or what did Mello say to him when he was with Trick? He said, "Oh, look, he's got a microphone. Don't hurt yourself with that thing."
Yes.
That was trash. Why would you book him like that?
Bro,
you like
Ricochet can't talk. We know this. we not gonna act like he can, bro.
Yeah, but like you got to give him the opportunity. Like, don't tell the other wrestlers to bash that and give the fans something to hold on to. You know what I mean? Like that That's just gonna kill any momentum he's got.
Yeah, I feel like it's so hard with that because sometimes you just gotta acknowledge it though. Cause you said give him a chance. We have. That's the problem. AEW marks don't come after me, but like shit ain't changed, bro. Like I've seen a couple clips. Like shit really hasn't changed. Like,
do you remember? Right when he went over there, he was doing a backstage interview, and everyone was like talking about his promo ability, like to see if it got any better. And the first thing he says, "I'm Kobe Bryant with it." It was so bad. It was so bad. Have you not seen this?
I have not seen that at all, bro.
Oh my! It was so bad.
Oh my. Goodness.
Hang on. Kobe. Oh, yeah.
That's I'm Kobe Bryant with it. Like, okay, what about it?
Well, Renee, honestly, I don't really know. I mean, they gave me the card, and I thought that I was due it. No, honestly, I'm not going to worry about that.
Renee, oh my gosh, dude! I just pulled up a random clip and he's stuttering.
Bro, I couldn't take that. I couldn't take that. Imagine stuttering while cutting a promo, bro. That would break my heart.
Dude, if I stuttered and someone was laughing in the ring, I'm picking up the mic and giving them death threats. I don't care. I do not care.
At him. I'm not gonna lie. I might just say, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm scrapping them. If I get laughed at, it's over.
I don't even know. I don't even know if I have the temperament to be a wrestler. Like now that I really think about it, because my receipts would be so. Oh my goodness.
That is true.
You hit me the wrong way. That receipt gonna be nasty, boy. Oh my
That is
goodness.
True.
So you gonna be mad at me, bro?
I feel like if you really wanted to be a wrestler, you could put that aside and make it work, kind of thing. But dude, if I was like someone said something the wrong way or hit me the wrong way, it's gonna look like a Charlotte Flair Nia Jax match. That's all I'm saying.
Boop. As long as you're Nia Jax, bro.
They're getting the 3-piece in the soda, dude. It's over.
Charlotte Flair got hit with the nastiest 3-piece in the world.
Yeah, the fact that they let them work together.
I see that on my Twitter feed to this day. Oh my goodness.
I hope sometime down the line they talk about why that happened. Like what got them so heated.
I think it had to have been a botch. I think something botched, or it's probably Charlotte, because that was around the era where Charlotte was really annoying, because that was around the time where
that was when Nia was injuring everybody.
Oh yeah, Nia. But see, that's where the thing is interesting, because it was that time when Nia was injuring everybody, but it was also around the same time where Charlotte and Becky were having her beef when they tried to do the face-off, and Becky was supposed to hold up both belts, but Charlotte wasn't going for that.
Dude, you're
Charlotte
talking about when they traded the belts and she threw it on the ground.
Yeah,
is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
that fried
so
me.
Nasty. That was one of the rare moments where WWE just did not feel professional. I could tell in that moment, and that was what 2018. So I was still in high school. Even then, I could tell. I was like, yeah, that's real. That's not fake.
That was oh my gosh. So
and they were
imagine
best friends. So I was so confused.
If I'm Vince or someone, Charlotte's getting sent to NXT for that, because that's probably, how do you do that to the world title?
That's what I'm saying. And Charlotte didn't get nothing but a slap on the wrist for that. Nobody was fucking with Charlotte back then. In the sense that that was Ric Flair's daughter, bro, and you know who was running the regime at that moment in time. So it's not like we're surprised at that outcome. Yeah,
that was bad, man. It's
honestly, they could have cut Charlotte. I would have cut Charlotte. You know why? AEW didn't even exist. I'm not worried about Charlotte Flair going to TNA, bro. Rock out, bro.
They could have. I mean, could you imagine if they would have cut her and she would have went to AEW? Say it existed at the time, they would have just wasted her.
Yeah, Steve fumbled her there too. I don't even like watching Charlotte wrestle now, bro. Like when I saw her in the Rumble, and like I went back and watched the replay.
It's not the same,
bro. I was like, her knees. I felt so bad for her. Like you're wearing your double knee braced up. You might want to throw it away. You are not Stone Cold.
This is
flips
like
and shit. Like you can't be doing that.
I don't like. If the wrong person sees this, I apologize. The amount of work Charlotte Flair has gotten done to her face is unnerving. She's like, it's like looking at Momo or something. I'm sorry. It's like
I wasn't gonna say it, but I'm with you. I'm with
and
you.
like when she came up, she was like pretty, everything like that. And I'm not saying the way someone looks has anything to do with how I view them as a wrestler. Completely separate. But you're just not the same person. It's like you can do the whole going Hollywood thing, but you don't need to look like a melted Barbie doll. There's no reason for that.
Charlotte did herself up like that. Dana Brooke did herself up like that.
Oh my
god!
gosh.
But Natalia did herself up like that too, and I'm like, oh my god, please! Like it made like in the sense that, and I hate that, and maybe that had something to do with the old regime. But I just hate the fact that they felt like they needed to do that. Like even Becky Lynch got a little bit of work on her face done, which is crazy because all four of those like women that I mentioned are extremely attractive. So it's like I don't understand. Like,
did Becky get work done? What did she get done?
Yeah, Becky got work done on her face a little bit when she came back as when she was in her like Lady Gaga era. Like when she came back that time, she got a little bit of work done. If you compare the pictures between like her 2016 run and her 2022, 2023 run, you can tell. But it's not noticeable though, so I'm glad for that. But
like, you know who's gotten work done and looks the same? Alexa Bliss. My goat. My goat.
That's because Alexa Bliss got good genes. I'm not gonna lie.
She does. Have you seen her mom? Oh, well, hang on. This podcast is taking a wrong turn.
No, let's loop back.
I'm just saying her mom looks literally like mid-30s kind of thing. It's ridiculous. She looks like a brunette, like twin sister or something like that.
That's crazy.
All right, going back to wrestling now.
Yeah, because we took a turn, man.
Sorry. Well, shit. What is? Oh yeah, let's talk about Rhea. Yeah, what do we think? We did talk about Rhea. Shit.
Yeah, we. Is there anything we didn't talk about?
Who did? Yeah, wait. There was definitely stuff we didn't talk about. Shinsuke. What does Shinsuke do at Mania?
Mania.
US.
Boy, he not making it to Mania. Let's be so real. They're giving that title back to LA Knight. They're gonna give that title back to LA Knight. He probably gonna win it on like a SmackDown, random SmackDown.
Are you over on LA Knight? You rock with him?
I've never been. I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate him, but I think the moment I heard him talk, I was like, okay, so Attitude Era. Got it.
Yeah, he's a good promo,
and then
but
everybody
him in the ring.
Then everybody was gassing him up like he was like crazy. I'm like, let's not act like we haven't seen this before. Like, I would hate for us to act like we haven't seen this before. And
yeah.
I don't think. And I'm a big. Let me just get this out the way first. I'm a big finisher person. Like I weigh that heavily on a wrestler, like what your finisher looks like. Because if it doesn't look like it could put somebody away, miss me with that. And I'm sorry, but the BFT, bro, I don't even know what it is. It looks like a mix between like a skull crushing finale and a Stone Cold Stunner. Like
it looks like. Do you remember Dean Ambrose when he originally, like his original Dirty Deeds?
Oh yeah. That's
what it kind of looks like, but I think LA Knight should just do that instead. Unless they banned it for a certain reason.
I think they banned it because the way they did it was like a side headlock when Dean used to do his.
Yeah. Like, if he... Like, that looked better, to me at least.
Oh, yeah,
at least,
sure.
I mean, I thought... I don't know, the BFT is bad. I don't know. The worst finisher is still the Rose Plant, though. Bailey's.
Boy, that finisher... I could go on for days about how bad that finisher is. Like...
Just use the elbow drop.
At that
Why
point,
does she have?
For her, yeah.
Like, what was wrong with the belly to belly? Like, I get it's a new gimmick with no personality, no
Ding dong,
personality.
hello. That was her personality. Ding dong, hello. That was the personality of Bailey. Heel Bailey. Like Heel Bailey got better around damage control.
Trash.
Like, I think. Honestly, I think Bailey's like next step. I feel like she may work better as a manager, but also sometimes on the mic, I just want to turn it off. I don't know, man. I think
I can't get with Bailey on the mic.
I think we're in a very interesting spot in wrestling history because, like, all the people who are like have skill on the mic, like they're either aging out or like they're not being utilized the way they should be. Like say what you want about Jay being a rising star. Say what you want about Damian, Drew, LA Knight, Miz, Cena, Punk, Cody. Those guys are getting old. I understand wrestling, especially with Sheamus being damn near into his 50s and signing a 5-year deal. I understand that we understand these primes exist, like, or the length of a wrestling career has extended. But let's not kid ourselves here. Let's not kid ourselves here. They're aging out.
Who's the youngest, like, a relatively young person that can cut a good promo? Like, I think Rhea, she came to my mind. But I'm thinking
promos, she's a monster type character, so her promos are a little bit like straight down the middle. Like, it don't feel.
I'm gonna say this. I if you don't agree with this, I completely understand. I hate Rhea as a face. I do not like it whatsoever. She's so likable, and I'm sure she's like the nicest person, everything like that. But I think when it was the original Bloodline, like Rhea, Dom, Damian, and Finn, and the Bloodline, the Rhea that was staring down Solo, one of the best gimmicks.
Oh yeah.
She doesn't have to talk. Like, she can, but it's the same thing over and over again. It's and the whole mommy's on top thing. It's played out. It is very played out.
It might be played out, but
you're not even with Dom anymore. Like, come up with a new gimmick.
I just
not new gimmick, but catchphrase, something.
Yeah, I just think that I'll agree with you. I don't think she's horrible as a face, but I think she's better as a heel.
It's like Randy.
But also, on that sense, it's hard to be a face, man. Like, because faces get boring. I think because if you look at some of the best faces of all time, subtracting John Cena and Hulk Hogan, they're all anti-hero faces. Like, they're not like your typical good guy. Like, even if you want to talk about Roman when he was a face, you want to talk about Seth, you want to talk about Taker, Shawn, Triple H when he was a face. Like, those guys were good guys, but they were also doing some crazy shit if you really remember what they were doing. Like granted, it might have been when they were heels, but
what about Ray?
Bray?
No,
Ray was a
Mysterio.
Oh, Ray. Oh, see,
because it's like him and Jeff have, in WWE at least, have never really done heel things. Oh,
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about Ray. I think you're right on Jeff, but Jeff didn't get the full career that he really should have got. But even still, at a certain point, you're throwing your body 10 feet in the air on my body that's laid on a table. You can't be a complete good guy at some point. But Ray, I'm very iffy on Ray because of when I started watching wrestling, he wasn't really around. Mm-hmm. I don't have the same like knowledge about his career, but his career, like, it had moments in my opinion, but it just never, like, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Let me start there. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. But when you're measuring his career up against Rey Mysterio,
he already is.
See what I'm saying?
He's already in, yeah.
Clairvoyant, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah. That's a great word.
I don't have the same reverence for his career that other people do. I don't look at Rey Mysterio and go, yo, he was top tier. Like, I see the shit, I see the stuff he's done, like, and like the good matches he's put on. But most of my clips of Rey Mysterio that come across my feed, and like, yeah, that's low key how I learned about Rey Mysterio, because like I mean, I wasn't around for when he was wrestling for real, but it's like him getting fucked up all the time. Like if I look up Rey Mysterio, it's him getting fucked up by Brock Lesnar, Batista, his own son, Eddie Guerrero, like whoever you want to put in that thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
still to this day, one of the worst spots I've ever seen was him and Big Show when Big Show put him on the stretcher and strapped him in and slapped him against the ring post and he landed on his face.
That was the most insane shit I've ever seen in my life. That shit was so funny. I was like, you know how creative you gotta be to do that?
Like, imagine just beating in the meeting and no one's talking about, okay, so what does he do after you let him go? Like, no one thought about, no one put two and two together? What are we doing?
Nah, he's just gonna hit the ground, bro. I don't know. I don't make the rules, man. Was
absurd. I'm trying to think. What else? What else could be done by Mania? Oh, for the Chamber. How do you feel about Trish coming back? Trish and Tiffy.
I think Trish and Tiffy versus Liv and Raquel. Is that the match?
No, Nia and Candice.
Yeah, see,
I'm cool with Candice getting some shine though, because she's good on the mic.
Oh, absolutely. I think I knew Candice was good on the mic when she went up to Maxine Dupree and was like, "Your brother's dead, and he's disappointed in you." I was like, "Damn, that shit was funny."
Yeah.
But damn. Nah, I think I think they're doing it because they're in Canada, and I think they're doing it in a way. It's Trish Stratus in Canada, which means she's not going to lose, and I think they're doing it in a way to get past the whole Nia Jax Tiffany Stratton feud, which actually I'm kind of upset with, if you ask me. I think that feud could have actually gone to Mania.
I agree.
And just put put Stratton over. Because if you had, like, I feel like they could have had Nia walk into the Chamber and win the Chamber, and then fight Tiffany at Mania. But
but I don't think it makes sense for the character Tiffany has to beat Nia clean. I just don't feel like that makes sense at this point, because we talked about this in the episode that's not going to get posted, but it's Triple H has fallen so much into the trope of like the scared heel kind of thing. Yeah. Like Liv does it, Tiffany does it. Oh my god, I knew I had more that I named off, but like just like the scared heel runs away, like Miz used to be at everything like that, and it gets so tiring to a point. When's the last time Liv was booked to be able to beat someone one-on-one without help? Pre-injury, maybe?
Yeah, I just don't even think, like, even if I'm looking at it, like, this is such a stupid thing to factor in, and I hate that I'm even saying it, but to an extent it has to be acknowledged. Like, the whole aura conversation, like, as much as I hate bringing that up, you gotta have some semblance of it, regardless if you're winning or losing. Like, Liv Morgan, I don't think I'd ever look at a match between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley and go, "Oh, Liv's gonna win that clean for sure." But I think I think what we're missing is not necessarily the scared heel needing to be abolished, but I think it's we need a
cocky ass heel.
We need the heels back who are just beating people's asses. That's what we need back. The Randy Ortons, the heel Rhea Ripley's, if you really want to get into that, if you really want to talk about it.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I was talking about in the last one as well. It's the gimmick Liv had where she was like extreme. She was putting people through tables and stuff. Bring that back. That's believable for her to beat someone one-on-one. And
that's believable. Like, but when she gets into a one-on-one where you can't do that, I think that's where it gets a little bit like interesting. But
yeah,
they just need.
Then you could have her
really like scrapping. That's what they're missing. That's what they're really missing. Like, Kevin Owens is a heel that's gonna fight you. Like,
for me, yeah, 100%. For me, Tiffany's just missing something. She's almost too scared, and I get, like, she says it's Tiffy time. She's cocky, everything like that. I don't think she's cocky enough. Kind of thing. Like,
oh, I agree.
They should have her like be. Obviously not beating like Nia, but have her in a match with like Candice. She should be beating Candice easily. Like very easily and just have her talk her shit after that. Like,
yeah, I think the way I see it, and sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, go ahead.
The way I see it is Triple H is ironically doing the same thing that Vince McMahon used to get fried for, and that's the whole heavyweights being champions thing, but like with the women. That's what Triple H is doing. Like maybe and people would be like, oh, but NXT, like NXT's not even being ran by Triple H right now though, but yeah, I think we need to get back because if we were to talk about like Tiffany Stratton like titles runs, I'm thinking of like, and granted Tiffany is better in ring than both of these two people, by the way, but just for argument's sake, like the Carmella title run and the Alexa Bliss title and the Alexa Bliss title runs, like that's what Tiffany really needs to emulate, like because Alexa Bliss beat Becky Lynch clean, like it was a tables match, yeah, but
we need to give Alexa her flowers because that match she had on Raw was damn good. She can wrestle. Yeah, maybe not this week. Maybe not this week, but whatever match she qualified for, she can wrestle.
I think I missed it. I'm so sad.
Did you? Oh, so you haven't seen her new finisher? It's like a mix of a DDT and a Sister Abigail.
No, I did. So I did see that. I caught the end of that match actually. Never mind.
She's good in the ring. Like I'm not gonna say she's like a Becky Lynch level wrestler, but like people like put her down a lot. Like they say she can't wrestle. She can wrestle better than I'd put her over like Carmella. I'd put her over a lot of people.
Speaking of Carmella, can we get Carmella back? I'm not gonna lie.
Do we get her back or do we need her back?
It depends on what brand we're talking about. SmackDown, it would be nice to have her back, but Raw, it's open. Like it's genuinely open. I can see it depending on how they book her. I could genuinely see Carmella walking in there and beating Lyra. I don't think people it just depends on how they book Carmella. But if they book her how they used to book her, she could walk in there and get a dub. Like she needs to bring her Code of Silence finisher back.
Sonya Deville got released, so they could have Carmella be the new mouthpiece for Pure Fusion Collective.
And I'm actually gonna take my microphone off my stand when I say this, so you get all the distortion. If that happened, I would burn the promotion to the ground. I don't want to see Carmella anywhere near
oh my gosh.
Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. That doesn't even make sense. Like that would hurt my heart. Like I vehemently disagree with that.
Are you big on Carmella? I'm guessing.
I was in her prime. I've acknowledged that A, she's not in her prime anymore, and B, they stopped booking her like she was like respectable and a women's champion at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm a fan, but I'm not gonna be like Carmella for women's champion. Put the title on her. # finish the story. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna do that. But
I like her on the mic. That's about it. I gotta be honest. I never like the best thing I thought they did with her was put her with James Ellsworth. Truthfully,
that shit was funny as hell. I'm not gonna lie.
Like it worked, kind of thing. Don't get me started on why they put Dean with him. I thought that was the stupidest thing.
It was funny for a minute until it wasn't funny.
It was funny when they were doing like Dean would guest referee the match between James and AJ. Yeah. Like that was great. That was cool. But why is James Ellsworth costing him the WWE title?
I think my favorite part of that was the SmackDown after. AJ and Ellsworth are in the ring talking, and Dean's music hit, and James is scared. AJ's making fun of him like, oh, you're going to get it. Dean walked to the ring, and without saying a word, rolled in the ring, hit James with the dirty deeds, and rolled out the ring and walked back up the ramp. That was probably one of the funniest segments I've ever seen in my life.
That was
cause
so fun. What was the other time he came out? He like walked down to the ring and he turned around and just left. What was that? I forget exactly what it was.
He's done that a couple times, I feel like. But was this bald Dean or shaggy hair Dean?
We don't talk about bald Dean. That is not my Dean Ambrose.
That's John Moxley, brother.
Yeah, in like the weirdest way, when he came back with the shaved head, something was so different about him. I just couldn't get with it.
It wasn't even the shaved head. When he came back with an extra 20 pounds of muscle on him, I was like, this ain't Dean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because Dean, like, he never seemed like I think it was better for his character that he wasn't bulky. But yeah, when he came back like that, I was like, well, it's over, guys. So they gonna get this shield run out the way, and it's over for Dean. That's what that meant.
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. No, but like shaggy hair Dean, like 2016, 17, in
Dean was
his
my favorite
bag.
wrestler at that point. I had the I had the wristbands and everything.
If you would have asked me about Dean Ambrose in like 2016, 17, I probably would have told you with a straight face he was my favorite of all time. Like, I'm not even exaggerating.
Nah, that's real. He was cold, bro. You know how much I wanted him to win that Royal Rumble? I wanted him to win that so bad.
With Triple H.
Bro, when I saw Triple H dump him to the side, I said, no, bro, that's not supposed to happen. And then the way he lost at Roadblock, I was like, I've never seen that before.
That shit was not a rule.
But
that is not a rule. Because his foot was under the rope, that is not a rule. Who has ever... I couldn't believe it. I
was running around my living room incensed. I was so mad.
No, yeah, I remember, what was it? It was him against Seth. It might have been maybe Battleground? Something like that. I don't remember exactly, but it was Dean versus Seth, and the ref got taken out by Seth, I think. I think he, like, jumped off the top rope, hit, and, like, kneed him in the head on accident. And Dean hits him with the finisher. There's no ref. Another ref comes down and gets the 3 count, which almost never happens. I'm losing my mind. I'm like, this is peak, best day of my life. I'm like losing my mind. And then the ref says it was a disqualification. I could not believe it. They got me so good on that. Like, looking back, I respected it. Like, at the time, I was like, still with under like the magic and everything like that.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, that I was so heated. I couldn't believe it. And then he lost at the next pay-per-view. I was done.
Bro, it was over my god. Bro. Yeah, but yeah, Dean's had some good title runs, to be fair, honestly.
He was a good IC champion.
Oh, that feud with Kevin Owens was elite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They had a... What was
it? Was it a match at Royal Rumble?
Yep. That one.
Yo, Kevin Owens and Royal Rumble.
Match.
Hey, yo, that's Mr. Royal Rumble, bro. Don't tell me nothing.
Kevin Owens weird we're calling
Mr.
him
Royal Rumble.
It's weird to me that he's never won a Royal Rumble. Though at the same time.
That's because they got him in the title matches at the Rumble. They said, "Oh, it's Rumble season. I throw Kevin in that title match. We know we're not gonna win, but like throw him in the match."
That's true. But I mean, I feel like he is due a Rumble win. But maybe I feel like that's past though at this point.
Yeah, I think the chance for him to win a Rumble is past. Like, I'm not saying it's over, but they would have to build it correctly because young Kevin, yes, I could see young Kevin winning a Rumble. Old Kevin's too much of a crash out. He'll be too focused on eliminating somebody, and somebody will catch him lacking.
Speaking of crash out, I'm calling my shot now. If Punk doesn't win the next Royal Rumble, I'm going to crash out. I don't know what that means.
You better get ready to crash out then. I'm so sorry. You better get ready to crash
going to lose my mind if he doesn't win this next Rumble. I thought it was due this year.
He doesn't.
It was
need a
so
Rumble
due.
Win, though. He doesn't need it.
I disagree.
Punk, yes. No. What Punk needs is a WrestleMania title win. I think he can do that without the Rumble. I think CM Punk has, in the eyes of the public, I think he's elevated himself past needing a Rumble win. I think it's just a nice thing to have. But I think he just needs a Mania moment.
Say the triple threat, like Cena, Cody, and Punk happens this year. Say Cena somehow screws Cody, and Punk wins. I'm fine with that. And then Cody can turn heel on Cena.
As long as Punk pins Cody, I don't care. I won't see CM Punk pinning John Cena on WrestleMania, bro. I won't see it. That'll make me crash out. I love CM Punk.
I don't know. I would love to see it. I mean, I think that's his best rival.
Yeah, I think so.
And vice
rival,
versa.
But if he's gonna pin Cena, let it be in a 1-on-1.
I don't know, but I feel like it protects Cena more for it to be in a triple threat.
See, but that's the thing. I think John Cena is at a point in his career where he doesn't need to be protected. Like that, I think that's where I'm saying. That's why I think if anybody should take the title off of John Cena if he wins it, hey man.
When's the last time Cena won a 1-on-1 match? I'm genuinely trying to think about this.
Like years ago. It was like years ago. It's genuinely years ago. But I think if John Cena wins the championship, I would love to see CM Punk take it off of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think they should even, like, and I say this is crazy and I'm saying old school feud when it's really like the 2010s. I think they should old school feud it where you have John Cena take the title off of, you have John Cena, you have Punk take the title off of Cena. Then at the next pay-per-view, you have Cena take the title off of Punk. In the third pay-per-view, I mean, whichever direction you want to go with it at the third pay-per-view at that point, I don't care. But I would.
So you think they should just trade it?
Yeah, that would be beautiful.
Yeah, it's.
Or if they do it inverse and go Punk wins the title first, then Cena takes the title off of Punk, so he can get the record, and then Punk takes it back. I think that would be a good way too.
I feel like Cena would have to win it first, though. I feel like Punk taking it off Cena makes a lot more sense. But if they are going to trade it, I guess I don't really know. I mean, unless you somehow incorporate Randy into that. But you could really do like a John Cena Sinister Six match, like some kind of six-way match. If you just had like, you could do Cena, Punk. You could do
go back in time.
Cena, Punk, Randy. You could do Styles, Kevin Owens. Seth.
See, I don't think Kevin Owens is in his Sinister Six. If I had to pick a six for Cena.
Well, like Edge and Angle and Brock aren't going to be in there, kind of thing.
Yeah. If you go besides those people who actually like can't be back in the WWE, then yeah. But yeah, I'd love to see Cena on his last world title run take on all of his old rivals. That would be so fun. Like let's lean into the nostalgia trip. Like I don't know why.
For the love of the game, I need to see an Armageddon Hell in a Cell match. Like a 6-man. For the love of the game.
His quad. Cena might tear his quad and come back the night after if you put him in an Armageddon Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, but Cena could be protected though. I feel like just keep putting him through tables and shit. It's if Punk could do it and not get hurt, Cena can do it and not get hurt.
That's true. I think. Well, the thing is, their movesets are completely different. I know CM Punk doesn't like when people use the word moveset, but they're completely different.
No, that's true.
I think, and this is the problem with the TNA pipeline, and like I respect that WWE and TNA are doing their thing, but when you got Fandango coming out and it's not Fandango, all right, bro. And then with the TNA pipeline, you're like, oh my God, Dolph Ziggler. But Dolph Ziggler is now Nick Nemeth. In Fandango, you can get away with changing his name and it being fine. And they got away with Ty Dillinger doing it as well, turning into Shawn Spears. But
that's just his new gimmick now, I think, because he wanted that in AEW as well. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Yeah, instead of if he came back and was known as Ty Dillinger, that'd be weird. But then if you can't have Nick Nemeth come back into WWE as Nick Nemeth, bro, no, sorry, Dolph Ziggler, you have too much history here to be known as Nick Nemeth. I'm so sorry.
That is true. So
I'd love to see Cena and Ziggler run it back one more time.
I would. That'd be amazing. I would love to, or just embrace, shake hands or something. Or Nick Nemeth and Miz match, and then you could get Matt Cardona in there as well.
So get Zack Ryder out here, bro. Man,
I'm not sold on him. I just know people want that, and I know they're all like boys and stuff.
Man, if I don't hear that woo woo woo, I don't want it. Who is Matt Cardona?
That is true. That is a good point.
And people probably accuse that's tribalism. No, it's not, bro.
So we're about an hour 30-ish into this.
Damn.
So to wrap this up, I'm gonna ask a question, and I want to get your answer on this. So
I bet.
you're a big NBA fan. I'm a big NBA fan. Recently, there's been a big trade that went down between
trade, my dog,
the Mavericks and the Lakers. Put that trade into WWE terms.
Oh shit. Okay, so I guess this would have to be like.
Sorry, I'm gonna say into wrestling terms.
In a wrestling
like
term?
use AEW and WWE as like where you get the people, kind of thing.
Is there a Luca in AEW? Because that would be somebody who's like under. It would have to be somebody who's under 25 and like what Luca's like
under 25.
Luca's like MVP candidate, and he's like elite. So it's gotta be, to me, it has to, not necessarily they have to be under 25, but they're like, I don't even know if Luca's 25 anymore. He might be 27, but somebody on the younger side who is
Luca's
already
25.
at the top of the business. I think that's the thing. I don't know AEW like that. I'm gonna say, I'll take the layup. I'm gonna say is if you took MJF and traded him
for who, like from WWE. That's the hard part for me, because I think MJF is
because Anthony Davis is an elite talent. Some people put him in the best in the world conversation. He's not really in the conversation, and he's very injury prone. That's the kicker. So I want to go Seth. Honestly, MJF for Seth, that might be no, because the Lakers clearly won the trade, and I'm sorry, that's not winning the trade. Who's old? That's the question. Because we're trying to, because AD's 32, but I'm not trying to match ages because that doesn't work. Bro, what? Who's injury prone now? MJF for Finn Balor. Final answer.
Yeah, that wouldn't be. I really don't think that would be a bad. Like AEW would lose that for sure, 100%. They would lose that. But that's not a bad trade, I don't think.
That's not a big. It's like the Luka trade. I mean, like, of course,
yeah,
Luka is Luka, but the Mavericks also got Anthony Davis, so it's like
I feel like WWE would get
MJF for Finn. I think WWE clearly wins that trade, but AEW doesn't lose.
That is a good way to put that.
Because Finn's cold, just not now. I had a theory. I texted Michael about this. I said, I think the reason most NXT stars don't pan out is because they look better in NXT because there's less time. Like NXT is usually like 2 hours. Black and Gold NXT like OG was only 1 hour on the WWE network. So everybody's like booked like real intense and everything is like fast paced, boom, 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 boom. But when you get to the main roster and you have to draw out these 2 hour shows, 3 hour shows, 2.5 hour shows, I guess Raw on Netflix, then they start to fizzle out. And like because their first run is usually good. But then when they build them up on that first run, they never know what to do with them on that second push they need to become an established star, which doesn't necessarily always need to be a title. But you do it, and then you have some people who look like Carmelo Hayes. Everybody thought Carmelo Hayes was going to be a beast when he got to the main roster, and he's a low-key glorified jobber. Then you have, what's another example? Braun Breaker, Intercontinental Champion, won the championship. That's cool. But then he gets back, and we have nothing for Braun Breaker to do because we didn't plan him that far. Because you didn't build him up as a 2 hour, 3 hour character. You built him up as a 1 hour, 1.5 hour character. And yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I agree entirely. That's good insight. I just think Triple H and Shawn Michaels, they just got to have conversations. Like Triple H could just say, who do you see this person feuding with on the main roster?
Yeah.
Like, if they wouldn't do this, if they wanted to do something crazy with Karrion Kross, they have him like abduct like the lost people from NXT per se into a faction. Like people like that nobody got behind.
I agree, but how do you then take that step so that they don't look like Retribution or a Wyatt family? Like, how do you take that step so that they feel original? Because Karrion Kross is, I think supernatural characters are just so hard to get over.
I don't think he needs to be supernatural. Though,
like yeah, time. But yeah, he's that supernatural, not necessarily supernatural, but like psychological type character. It's hard to get those over, I feel like, nowadays. Like, you could do it with Taker, and if I'm throwing it way back, who's not Jake the Snake? Who's the dude that came before him that was like real creepy? It was like Waylon something. Like this is like a crazy pool, but it's like Waylon something. It's the dude who Bray Wyatt got inspiration from. Like, you could do it with those dudes because there was still a mistake. You said what?
The guy who came out with like the head.
I don't know who you talking about. I'm talking about Waylon Mercy. I think that's what his name was. Waylon Mercy. Let me do
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. So you had I feel like the mystique was there, but I just feel like you can't do those types of characters anymore because wrestling is so see behind the curtain now. Like, because it's well, like, I'm not saying we shouldn't establish that it's fake, but because it's like well known that it's fake, and like even the companies are leaning into that it's fake or scripted. It's just hard to get those types of characters over. Kayfabe is dead, brother. You have to have kayfabe to do that. So unless they really wanted to lean into it and like have those guys really go missing, not really go missing, but like really play as if you don't see them anymore. It would be different, but I don't think they're ready to lean back into that.
I think with the Wyatt 6, just scrap it at this point. I don't think
they don't have a direction.
They've ruined it. You can keep it with like it works with Alexa Bliss when it like kind of like flickers and she like goes into the whole Sister Abigail thing. Like, that works because it's like something to look out for. But like with the Wyatt 6, they pop up and they attack someone, and it's like, then what? They show like a vignette of Nikki Cross like jumping rope or something. Like, what are we doing? Yeah, what is the end game with them? Like, there's no feud, there's no nothing.
The problem is they established the end game and didn't follow through. The end game of the Wyatts was just to go at everybody who's ever like betrayed their family. So in my head, when I heard that, I said, all right, Judgment Day's gonna get it. Okay, the Bloodline's gonna get it. Okay,
Seth's gonna get it.
Sammy's gonna get it. Kevin's gonna get it. Like, at some point, Cody's gonna get it. Like, Randy might get it like 5 times. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, he's gonna get it bad. Him and KO would get it bad off that logic, especially KO.
Oh my goodness! But like, yeah, I feel like that was the established setup for it. And they never followed through because you had them feuding with American Made. I'm so sorry. Like, especially when they're good in ring. Like, we're talking about Dexter Lumis. We're talking about Eric Rowan. We're talking about Joe Gacy. These guys are good in ring. Like, so I don't know what the problem is.
I'm thinking about what you said earlier about like there not being a bad guy in the Seth and Roman story. Was Roman ever really the bad guy? Like, really thinking about it.
Yes, because
it's towards Seth directly. Was he the bad guy?
Seth
like in that feud.
Seth directly, no. Roman was not a bad guy. I think Roman's bad guy is more just the monster that Seth created, so by default Roman becomes a bad guy. I don't think he was inherently bad though. Roman's story is really just a victim of circumstance. If they poured dog food on me, I'd crash out too. Like,
oh, he should have burnt that company to the ground. Oh Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness! If I was Roman, Ziggler and Corbin would have been the first to get jumped. I don't know.
Like, thinking about the feud, like, obviously you could say Roman was a heel when, like, with everything with Jay. You could say the same thing with Sammy. Because he was, like, pushing him to, mess up Kevin, everything like that. But when it comes to Seth, I don't think Roman was ever the bad guy as much as he was defensive, protective about Seth fucking him over.
The only time you could say he was the bad guy against Seth, 2020, the Messiah gimmick, when I think they had their feud. I think they had a feud in that point. Roman might have been the bad guy. I have to go do my research. But the one that sticks out to me is the SummerSlam match between the two, where, again, Roman is booked like the bad guy in the scenario because he chokes out Seth. But did Seth deserve it? Amen.
That's what I was thinking about that. Was it SummerSlam? I thought it was Royal Rumble. Am I tripping?
It might have been Royal Rumble. You might be right. I can't remember.
I don't know. One of them. But yeah, no, like that's what I was thinking about when like you brought that up, and I was thinking about that. Like, I don't think is Roman really in the wrong for doing that?
No, I would have did the same thing.
Like, everything he's done is like payback in a way, and like he lost his title because of payback, because he hit Seth.
Yeah, I think their relationship again, and that's why I think Dean is so important to it. I think their relationship between the three is just checks and balances. Like when you really think about it, like, cause Seth figured out Roman figured out Dean, and Dean figured out Seth. Like, I think that's the whole like checks and balances there. Because if you really look at their one-on-one matches, Seth be struggling against Dean. I don't care what nobody says.
That is true. Damn, that is a good point.
Like, he cannot deal with Dean.
But for me, I would say that's probably the best written faction of all time. Like, I could say it's the best. Like, I'm sure someone's gonna say, "Oh, NWO, Evolution, DX."
No, absolutely not. No, I think the Shield, especially with the what everybody's calling, because we're not calling it the next Netflix era. Like, newsflash, I'm not calling it that.
Yeah.
But
I guess
with the cinematic era, is like I like to call it, the cinematic era of wrestling now. I think the era shift is like what really made the I think that's what really made the Shield the best written faction, because like if you really look at it, they were less written well back then, and more just they just happened to keep running into each other on like when they're trying to get titles. But I think now, especially with the nuances that have been written in, I think it amplifies the story.
Like, I'm thinking, has there any faction, like, you could probably say behind the scenes DX, but is there any faction that kind of, like, any faction with a bigger butterfly effect than the Shield?
Yeah, behind the stage you could say DX, but
like on screen.
I'm trying to think. NWO, nah. Bro, like, yeah. And the Shield butterfly effect is nasty, cause
it's like you look at them in like 2012 when they first came out, nobody knew them. You're looking at John Moxley, Tyler Black, and The Rock's cousin,
and Joseph Anoa'i, bro.
Yeah, they're the biggest. Like obviously Cena was around, everything like that, but do you think it's safe to say they're probably the three biggest stars in the pro wrestling world for the last 3-4 years?
You could probably extend it past 3-4.
Yeah, like, I mean, you could like throw a bone to like your John Cena's, your CM Punk's, your I don't even know who else you would throw in that conversation.
I think the three were in best in the world talks. I think it was really 2017.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2017, I was like, you could confidently say the three are in the talks for best of the world. I don't think they didn't stand alone as the best in the world until like 2022. Because I'm trying to think when AEW really spiked. Because
spiked down or spiked up?
Up. Because they was talking about Moxley. They was talking about Moxley like he was cold for real. Like when AEW like first spiked up.
I feel like it was Moxley left in 19, so I want to say 2019 because that's when he left. He was feuding with Jericho.
Yeah, so I say yeah. So I'll agree with you there. I'll say 2019, 2020, 2021. I think that's when you could really say. So yeah, 3-4 years. But they've been in the talks since 2018, 2017. Like,
you know how crazy it is that's like 6-7 years ago, 2018.
It's painful. Like the more I think about it, the more painful it gets.
We're old.
Bro, I hate it. I hate it so much. All right, man. That's been episode 2. Well, episode 1, but for us, episode 2.
Episode 1.5.
Over podcast, man. And if you're trying to put us over, man, go ahead and hit a like, comment, subscribe, comment. You know, hit the Cash App too. You know what I'm saying? Low on funds. But yeah, we will catch y'all in the next episode. Stay classy. I don't know what that was at the end, but hey, we gonna rock with it.